Guess what? We have a wall and we have a new apartment. They're working so fast and I'm so happy that you guys are here like every single week. So are you guys ready for next week's video? I'm gonna show you guys the whole entire reveal. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe right now. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here like you guys are every single week. Today's video is a Q&A. I told you guys to ask away last night and here we are. I'm gonna leave the whole entire apartment, which we are in right now, as a full video and a full reveal for next week. So make sure to subscribe right now. So let's get started answering your questions and let's see what question we're gonna answer first. So it says, what should you have ready to buy your first house? Savings. You should have your savings in order. You should have your credit in order. You should be employed or be working, reporting for at least 2 consecutive years. Your taxes in order. But I think by me being an agent and doing the one-on-ones with you guys, I'm discovering more and more that people want to buy a house, but not necessarily do they have the savings that is required. So that's one of the questions too, and is what is the minimum that you need to purchase the home? And it's 3.5% down with an FHA loan. It's an easy math equation. Just calculate, around the area that you want to buy. So if a house costs $400,000, $500,000, calculate 3.5%. And that should be your down payment plus closing costs. So we have another question here and it says, what has been your experience as a real estate agent? I will take classes soon and I'm curious. I love being a real estate agent because I just love helping people. And I am a people person, so I also know the feel. I feel like as an investor, a lot of people, a lot of the customers that I'm getting or clients want to be investors. So I feel like it's a great match when your agent is an investor and can just guide you during the process the right way and have an insight because they actually been through certain things. So I think for me it has been a very smooth transition. I think the hardest part was just like learning the system and the MLS and like all the paperwork. I did not know that being an agent meant doing so much paperwork. I feel like sometimes we're like / lawyers because of the amount of just paperwork that we're dealing with, and it's people's lives and contracts. So it's very important paperwork that we're dealing with. So I think that I kind of missed on that. I didn't think, even when I went to class, when I went to school, I don't think that I understood how much paperwork we were responsible for. And now as an agent, I'm like, guys, let me get a sip of water. It is summer and there's no AC right here and I'm sweating. So let's get back to it. And I have so many questions about our wedding. We did do a YouTube video about our wedding that will come out on July 15th. So just make sure, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe so you guys could get a full insight on where we're at right now with our wedding planning. So the next question is relationship and soulmate advice. Woo! That is also in the next video. So hey, you'll see Zach giving his personal insight and you'll see my little spicy self giving my insight. So make sure to watch the next YouTube. Next question. Is it now the right time to buy a home or should I wait due to the unpredictable times? This is like a huge debate right now. So should you buy? The interest rates are so low. Should you take advantage of those interest rates? Well, depends what like, what is your personal financial situation? Personally, for me, I do think that we're gonna see some sort of opportunity coming into the fall. Maybe December, the latest, February, because I do understand all the people that have taken forbearance already with the mortgage. And I do not think that COVID-19 will not continue to affect us. I think that we will see more businesses closing down again, and that things will get a little bit tight in the fall. So I already could see all the people that are struggling right now, so I can't imagine how people are going to be in the fall. So if you have the luxury to wait, I would encourage you to wait. If you want to move out of the city and you know that we are going to be quarantined and you want to buy a house because of you want more space and you want to prepare for if you are quarantined, you're in a better position, in a better living situation position, yes, 100% buy the house now. I don't know if the house drop that we might see later on, if it does happen, if the interest rate will increase. It's all a guessing game. So right now interest rates are great, and we have that, it's a fact, we have that down pat. We don't know if in the fall, if come December, January, if the interest rate are that low, so you might miss out on the interest rate but now have a better price. So it kind of evens out too. If we don't see a house drop in the market, a house price drop in the market, I'm estimating that we at least see more opportunity to buy. So more people that are in a financial situation that they're pushed to sell and they're a little bit more desperate to get out of the home. So maybe you come along and you're able to catch the house right there and there, but that means you have to have your savings, your credit, your whole financial situation ready for that opportunity to come. So let's go on to the next question. How did you go about obtaining your real estate license? I get this question all the time. So it's as easy as Googling it. So just go on Google and Google real estate school and put your zip code next to it. So that way you are able to attend a school that's near you, that is convenient, and that you can commit to going to. One of the things that I don't get asked, as a real estate school, they offer different type of classes. So they offer like a full-time course, which is like 3 weeks, very intensively, which is the one that I recommend. I feel like the whole entire book, it's very intense. The class is very intense. So I feel like if you dive into the classes, into the book, it will be an easier transition for you to pass the test. It will be easier for you to pass the test. So I definitely recommend, if you can, to do the intense course. Okay, so the next question, it's so weird because it's not related to anything we're talking about, but hey, where can I get good quality veneers? As you guys know, I have veneers, and I don't know if they're called veneers, but I do have my teeth done, and I will 100% recommend Dr. Perez Feliz. So I'm gonna add his @ right here, which is Dr. Perez Feliz. I have had these forever, and before I had these, I had some other ones who he also installed, and I just absolutely love him as a person and as a professional, so I highly recommend him. When do you guys plan on starting a family? That will also be in our next YouTube video, so watch the next YouTube. ¿Por qué eres tan hermosa? Gracias. Let's see, how do you become receptive to love? Interesting question, interesting word. I think that as humans, depending how many bad experiences you had with love, you might build your walls up, which is completely natural just as a human being. I feel like that's what we do. So it's just like becoming aware of the walls that you have built. Once you're able to understand the walls you have and how hard you are to get through or to allow love in, then you're able to let things flow. You're more open to meeting people. You're more open to understanding other people's situations. You're more open to just letting things go also. So I think for me personally, what worked was just me being aware of what has hurt me, being aware of the person I used to be and why I used to be the person I was and who I was with in the past and how that affected me, and that also made me aware of who I don't want to be with, and it made me more aware of what I want. So when you know what you want, it's easy to see it sometimes, you know. It's easy to be very selective, and that all comes kind of full circle. The last one is how to flip houses. I basically bought my first house with an FHA loan. I put 3.5% down. So I saved the down payment, I saved the closing costs, and I bought my first house. If you want to flip houses and you're not aware or you haven't done it, I would recommend just to buy your first multifamily house. Get the word flipping houses out of the equation. I feel like you should own a multifamily first. Get some rental income coming in order for you to be able to save for your next property faster, for you to have some stable income. And that's my advice to you. Flipping houses comes with a lot of risk. So I personally have been investing in homes and have not yet to have flipped a house because there's a lot of risk. You can make a lot of money, you could lose a lot of money. That's not something that I feel comfortable quite yet. What I would recommend is for you to buy an investment home and try that first and see how comfortable you feel. So make some rental income, fix a couple apartments and see if you have the right team under your belt, and then try to flip a home. How about that? So I've been doing this for a long time, and as you guys know, you witnessed what I went through on my last video. So this real estate life is not easy, and it has a lot of risk, and it's a lot at stake because sometimes it's your livelihood, all your savings. So you could be in a great situation with a great deal, and just that easy you could be in the worst position that you could ever think about. So I highly recommend to think about owning a home, buying a multifamily house as a huge risk in your life and something that could change your life for the better or for the worse. So just think about the pros and the cons, and I'm gonna give a couple tips before we end about what to look into a house. I get this question all the time, and I think is the cherry on top to end the video. So one of the things that I look for when I buy a house, I want a huge house. I want the bigger the better, because square footage in the United States means money. So I don't want a small house, I want a huge house. I prefer a huge house that is not completely finished versus a small house that is completely updated. I prefer a huge house, something that has potential, something that I can subdivide, something that I can maybe add a basement, maybe add an attic, maybe add a studio. So those are the type of things that I personally, it's the first thing I look for. Then the second thing is location. I speak about this all the time. I think that location is key, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand how great and how much of a difference location can make in your pockets. If you buy a house in the hood, you know, if you ever lived in the hood, you understand that even though if you buy in the hood, there's better parts of the hood than others. So I will always recommend that even if you are buying in an urban area, look into what are the better areas of that particular city, because you will be able to rent to better tenants. You'll be able to rent to tenants that care about quality, care about having an updated kitchen, an updated bathroom, that make a little bit more money, that don't want to be moving all the time. Tenants that maybe want to move out of that urban area and want to move to a better area but can't quite afford the better area yet. So you're going to be dealing with the upscale type of tenants, and those are the ones that I aim to have in my properties. Thank you for watching.